Well, it has been a long 12 weeks of sweat, sore muscles, and eventually success.
And this morning we take a look at the highs and the lows of boot camp.
I'll be bouncing quarters off of this, and then later, this.
What I like to call 7 ways to hell. Essentially, you're going to do 7 reps, 7 exercises, 7 times. You're going to do 15 crunches.
Burpees, power through.
I'm grotesquely out of shape.
The thing is, you got to get it out of your head that you can't do something or that it's too hard, and you're going to be fine. If you just keep pushing, you keep showing up, you're going to do perfect. You're going to be great.
I'm glad you get to run with me. Makes it all worthwhile, right?
You got 3 rounds. We're going 3 rounds. Oh. Feel the burn. You can see big changes in their mindsets. And when you do that, your body will do the things that you ask it to do. I always tell people, don't listen to your head, just do the exercise. Just do the activity. Your body will do it. Your body can do it. You just have to stop telling yourself that you can't do it.
Go, John. Good job.
I just feel like I'm getting a little bit stronger. Gosh, wait till week 12. Can't wait to see the transformations that happen then. They're going to be tremendous.
Your next medicine ball exercise is you're doing push-ups on that ball. Hold on, stay in there. Keep the plank up, keep it up.
Geez.
Between the first week, I've seen just huge improvements with you guys. Your core ability, your strength, that's fantastic. And in 3 weeks, I mean, you guys, that's great. So you guys should be feeling really awesome about yourself. All right.
I just feel like I can be in better shape than I am. I mean, I've been this size since freshman year of high school. People don't believe me when I say I'm 315 pounds. I might not look it, but some days I feel it. After this, I feel good. I feel better than I did before, and I'm hoping after week 12 here, you know, I want to keep going on my own.
We're halfway through the course, and I lost about 10 pounds, so that was definitely something that you can see and feel. The clothes fit nicer, all that good stuff. Just because I do an extra sit-up or a push-up doesn't mean I'm going to cure cancer. The more I take control of my own life and the more my dad takes control of his life, the more we are beating cancer in a way. We don't know when the time's up, but we know that with the time we have, we got to give it our best shot.
I know you said that you've gone through some changes just within your overall how you eat over this past year.
My dad had a quadruple bypass about 1.5 years ago, and I have a strong family history of heart disease. So when he had the surgery, it was really a wake-up call to me that I have to take this seriously, otherwise I might not be around to see my kids grow up.
Crawl it all the way across. We want them always to see progress just in the future. I mean, when we're done with these classes here, we aren't saying they're going to be absolutely where they need to be. There's always going to be room for challenge and pushing themselves. And it doesn't just even relate to exercise. It's other things in life, knowing that they can push themselves a little bit further in, you know, other aspects that they may have not even thought about before.
Gotta have a purpose for every single thing you do, and when you wake up and you're tired and you want to skip class, you got to say to yourself, is that going to get me closer to that goal? You do what others won't, so you can have what others don't.
I'm at 185 now, so about down 17, something like that.
I have more energy through the day, and I can do things a little easier now. I feel I've lost a little more weight since then, too. So overall, I feel pretty good.
I feel like I'm on track to really change my life.
Yeah. Okay, now you have seen our last boot camp. Next, we have a lineup of guests.
We'll chat with our boot camp drill sergeants and hopefully 2 boot campers. You don't want to miss this one. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 HD this morning.
All right, this morning we have a big crowd. Both of our trainers, Chuck and Melinda, are here along with 2 boot campers, Hattie and Mark.
Okay. Now that we're all done, thanks for coming.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, you should be back there.
You're about to be put in the headlines. So how would you rate what you saw from beginning to the end?
Oh, awesome. Huge changes. And a lot of those mental changes, like I talked about at the beginning, it's just really neat. You know, whether people are losing the pounds or not, or how fast they're losing the pounds, it's the mental changes that I think are the coolest part. Yeah.
Melinda, what were the biggest changes and successes that you witnessed through these weeks?
I think just, you know, seeing that from the beginning with, you know, some of those exercises that you just would look at us and be like, well, I can't do those things. And then we'd come up with just something totally new. And you wouldn't even, you know, you would try it and wouldn't even bat an eye and was like, oh, you know, I can do that. And, you know, even towards the end, there was some challenging stuff that you guys were just able to go out and, you know, tackle and weren't like, why are you asking us to do those things? You wanted to try to do those things. You know, you were asking to jump in the pit at the gymnastics and things like that. And, you know, and we saw some individual changes as well as just the group as a whole. It was great camaraderie, and I think the group got more supportive of each other throughout the whole, you know, 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mark, you had some challenges at the very beginning, but you really powered through. I mean, you look great at the end.
Well, and I have a long ways to go, but these guys are great in that they gave me and others the tools to keep this going. Because when I started 12 weeks ago, I think I was like a few in our group, like, I can't do this. Are you kidding me? Especially with Chuck's wonderful 7 Ways to Hell. It was a great start. I was one of a few that actually, you know, got a little sick after that. I'm like, how can I do this? And then when we brought the exercise back, we did it. And that was the coolest part. And, you know, I've seen a little bit of a transformation. I've got a long ways to go, but I know with what we've done in these 12 weeks, I can keep it going. It's been great.
Now, Hattie, you and I are kind of sort of in the same boat, having kids and a difficult schedule really to keep up. And, you know, for me, there was like 4 weeks I couldn't go because of health issues and geo and whatnot. And I mean, you would say it was tough, but you kept going.
Yeah,
you know, you were determined.
It's tough, but I felt so good after boot camp. That was sort of what got me through it. I just had this great feeling of being done and like, oh, I did my workout for the day. So I felt so great. So that just pushed me through it. You know, and I've been working even after boot camp ended last week, but I'm determined to keep working out on Mondays and Wednesdays, just to keep in the flow. It's a habit now, and just keep it going.
You know, and as this group experienced, it takes weeks to make those improvements. It takes only a few days of not doing it
to go right back to where you were. And yeah, you got to be careful that you don't want to fall back into those bad patterns. And that's a great thing here. I want to stick with the Monday, Wednesday routine and just stay in that pattern and stay in that flow. So, I mean that's terrific. Those are the things you want to hear.
The nutrition is also important, and these guys talk about that too. And that's what was great about boot camp, because, you know, you'd work so hard in the morning, and for me personally, I wouldn't want to put anything in my mouth that would ruin what I did. And that's why it's important for me to keep going with a boot camp like exercise. And I know these guys are still checking in with us to make sure we're not, you know, eating those bad foods.
I see like the McRibs.
I know they watch us on Facebook. They watch us. But the nutrition is so important, and that's something that I need to work on personally. It's one of the hardest parts, but that's a really important aspect too. So.
Okay, Chuck, quickly, 3 tips that you can give the group to keep this momentum going.
Well, I would go ahead and keep working out at the same time, or very close to the same time. Get a support group. You know, find people that have the same interests or whatnot. And in my opinion, just journal. Exercise and your food.
Okay. All right. Thank you both so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It was a fabulous experience. All right, now if you want to get fit with Chuck and Melinda like we just did, just go to imaginefitness.net.